Good afternoon, table tennis fans. Welcome to Major League Table Tennis Cross Division.
The only weekend pitting all East and West Coast teams against each other is our Final Four championship here this season. First, let's welcome our umpires. On court one, June Amon and Johanna Kestevich. And on court two, Bill Engelbrecht and Ling Fan. And behind them, our teams. On court one, we've got Carolina Gold Rush, the top-ranked team in the East, taking on Bay Area Blasters, the second-place team in the West. On court two, we've got Chicago Wind, the fourth-place team in the East, taking on the Portland Paddlers, third in the West. Give a warm round of applause for our umpires and referees. Now, let's shake some hands and slap some skin and get the action started.
We welcome you to Rock Hill, South Carolina, where today we make a little MLTT history. And we continue tomorrow and on Sunday as well. Welcome to the first ever interdivisional weekend of Major League Table Tennis. I'm Evan Lepler with the Hall of Famer Sean O'Neill. If we're talking historic moments in table tennis, the 1880s, about 140-something years ago, this sport was invented. 35 years ago, you represented Team USA in the Olympics with table tennis in the Olympics. Less than 3 months ago, MLTT debuted in Daytona Beach, and now the first ever interdivisional weekend as we experience MLTT in a whole different way.
Yeah, the best of the East versus the West. We're going to see which league is stronger, which conference has more. Right now I'm leaning towards the East a little bit, more European flavor, but the West, very strong Asian dominance.
We shall see what transpires over the next few days. We begin on table one with the Carolina Gold Rush and the Bay Area Blasters. Carolina sits in first place atop the entire league with 118 points, leading the East Division. And the Bay Area Blasters just 5 points off the lead in the West Division. The fourth most points of the 8 teams in the league. Interesting dynamic, though, if you look at just the singles records, the Bay Area Blasters have won more singles games than the Carolina Gold Rush have as we sit here at the beginning of December. So that's something to keep in mind as we begin this weekend. There's a match between Portland and Chicago going on table 2. It's going to be an epic weekend of table tennis, and we are so excited to get this started. And Carolina and the Bay Area both looking to make an opening statement. There's the lineup. And in first singles, it'll be Roman Lorenz and Jinbao Ma. The big dogs will be in the fourth singles spot, Enzo Angles and Tao Wenjong. We'll see them in that fourth singles spot. We'll also see them in doubles with the top Carolina Gold Rush doubles team of Angles and Lin, seeing if they can keep their rampage going against the best from the West. What are you most looking forward to as you look at this slate, Sean?
Really, it's the singles number 1 and singles number 4. That's where the big power is going to come from. The top players on each team. Always the mixed doubles is exciting, but I have to give the edge to the Carolina Gold Rush in the doubles. The team of Enzo and Hong Lin have been playing so strong as a team, but Tao Wenjong, we've seen his power, especially on the backhand side, and pool player Angie Tan is coming in. So really, anyone's ball game right now.
Well, Carolina begins this weekend with a healthy cushion atop the East Division standings. It's going to be tough for anyone else to really catch them unless it's a real disaster. But the West is wide open right now. I mean, just 20 points separate first place through fourth place in the West. And there's 18 points separating the Gold Rush from second place, the Crocs in the East. First singles match of the day here on table 1, Roman Lorenz and Jinbao Ma. Now, Ma made his MLTT debut just a couple weeks ago in Pleasanton, California. Roman has been one of the staples of the Gold Rush. What were your impressions of of Ma's debut a couple weeks ago out in the East Bay.
He played really solid in his first matches, but then he ran into David Macbeth, who really upped his level and took 3 points for the Texas Smashers. So Jinbo Ma has to get going fast. He has a great reverse pendulum serve. He likes to get his forehand into play. Roman Lorenz is going to have his work cut out for him, but he's got great footwork. So keep an eye on the feet of Lorenz and the serve of Ma.
All season long, we've wondered what would it look like when the East would face the West. Wait no longer. Here we go. Ma to serve. Tremendous rally to get this started. Lorenz got a little fortuitous ricochet off the top of the net to take that opening point. Roman has been very steady. He's 14 and 13 overall in singles. That's a winner from Jinbo Ma off the back edge of the table. There's certainly a different feel to this event. We'll see which players handle that, which ones get flustered by it. With the 2 tables playing side by side, just a different level of unfamiliar surroundings and pressure.
Excellent play there by Roman Lorenz. Quick serve, getting his forehand into play. Jinbo Ma has been playing extremely well on the international stage. Got to the quarterfinals of a recent World Table Tennis event, losing to one of the LeBron brothers. Very close match. So
inside out forehand winner from Lorenz, and he's up 3-1.
The one thing I'm sure is that the Carolina team has been watching videos of Ma from his international matches where he has done so well. Little scouting to make sure they know where to return the serve to. That time Ma able to turn the corner and get his forehand into play. Very lethal on his step around from the backhand corner. And there's the power of Ma, just right into the body of Lorenz. Lorenz plays with a lot more spin, a lot more control. Ma wants to finish the point as quickly as possible with his forehand.
My first impression on the atmosphere, Sean, it's like a big golf tournament where it's usually quiet, but then you just hear a roar, and you're like, oh, what was that roar for? 2 tables side by side.
And that's a great over-the-table loop by Lorenz.
Of course, our focus on table 1, Adam Bobrow and Matt Hetherington have the Adam Cast on Adam Bobrow's YouTube page. On table 2, you can pull them up, watch them side by side, just like us.
You know, on table 2, you are going to hear Jiwei Shaw give himself some encouragement as he's playing Damian Provost.
We'll keep you posted on that. You can tune in as well. Right now, 4-all through 8 points.
You know, Evan, when we talk about the East versus the West, the high number of French players on the East, they're more active in professional leagues in Europe. Players on the West, especially the number of Chinese players from the Bay Area, they tend to be doing a little bit more coaching support, not as much international tournament play. And these type of matches really lend themselves to international league play, in where you have to jump out and play a player very strong. You don't get to get a warm-up match or get an easy opponent to go into a tougher one. So say right now Lorenz is doing a great job. Excellent serve there to go up 6-5.
When you saw that Lorenz was going to play Ma, you thought it'd be a pretty close match, right?
I had this slight edge to Ma because he's been playing so well internationally and his style with more power on his forehand. But never count Lorenz out. He has such great footwork and super fight that he can turn games where maybe he's down 7-3. He can get back into those games.
Of course, there is some irony in that the Bay Area Blasters are technically been designated as the home team here in South Carolina in this matchup against Carolina, but Lorenz has competed here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center before as he was part of the MLTT Ocho Day event here in August.
A great counterattack there by Lorenz, but he's on the backcourt.
Ma able to take the lead at 7-6.
Lorenz going for a big forehand flip, goes long on the cross-court shot.
First real pressure moments of this opening game for Romain Lorenz on his serve.
Very solid. Romain getting his forehand into play off the serve. He has to be attacking if he wants to win this game. Ball just clipped the top of the net.
Ma can see the finish line now as the serve comes back his way, up 9-7. Opening game, opening singles match, opening team match of this epic interdivisional weekend. Game points for Ma.
Ma, very strong defense there on the backhand side. Lorenz had him where he wanted, but Ma able to keep one more ball on the table.
Too good. Jinbao Ma takes game one, 11-7.
And you could just see the power of Jinbao Ma. Once he gets that first attack going, he's going to keep being relentless, going for more and more, making sure that Romain Lorenz does not attack at all.
Romain led that game 3-1, so Jinbao closed 10-4. Pretty convincing performance down the stretch to get the Bay Area Blasters on the board. See Taowen Zhang, Coach Maggie Tian. Of course, one of the great stories of the Pleasanton weekend was the MLTT debut of Tapa Bray.
Exactly.
For the Blasters, coming off the MLTT staff to show his stuff, earning a point.
Jumping into the doubles.
It was following from afar, I'll tell you, Sean. It was incredible to watch. It was riveting. You know.
And he even had, I think, 2 fans with signs.
Yeah. Well, he
Top of the world.
He was a fan favorite. Tapa's back to being a free agent, and frankly, MLTT has signed him to a long-term deal for many other responsibilities, but it's good to know that he's here, just in case. Lorenz serves to begin game 2. Oh, what an angle.
So smart by Lorenz, starting on the backhand side, keeping Ma off balance and then going wide out to the forehand.
One.
Oh, great misdirection there by Ma. That forehand serve that Ma is doing, we call it a reverse pendulum, and he's changing the amount of spin, both sometimes backspin, sometimes side spin, sometimes top spin. Not easy to keep the ball low, and if it pops up, Ma's there for the finishing shot.
How many different types of spin can he create with that reverse pendulum?
Probably 4 or 5 that he'll go to, again, with the underspin, side spin, top spin, but then there's the variation of side under and side top. Occasionally, he'll move it deeper just to jam the opponent. Very aggressive serve return by Ma.
You said if that Ma had a slight edge, but he's currently cruising.
And he's looking very strong after coming back in game 1.
That scored him 15-5 in the last 20 points played.
Oh,
Lorenz has an answer.
How
saying
did
he's not done
Lorenz
yet.
get that ball out of his body? That was perfectly struck into his elbow area, and Lorenz somehow managed to get away from the ball to return.
Wow. Good power hitting from both players.
And again, credit Lorenz's footwork. He did not give an inch, even though he was on the defense, to keep that forehand going.
Felt like Jim Ma was in control of that point.
Yeah, he was sending bullets over, and Lorenz managed to keep him back on the table. Lorenz needs this point.
He gets it. Back within 2. Roman trying to fire himself up. Colette. Ooh,
Wow.
my.
Not a good time. Trying to do too much.
6-5.
You think this will be a simpler serve here?
Yeah, and he'll make sure the first bounce is closer to the net. That was a great third ball attack there by Ma. Just see the pace and speed of his first attack is that much stronger than Lorenz. Nice short return by Ma. It's really the goal of every serve return is to keep it short, keep it low. Stop the opponent from making that first top spin attack. Did it once again.
Yeah.
Handcuffed him. Excellent, excellent drop shot.
Ma closing in on a 2-0 lead.
Again, Lorenz with a nice drop shot on the serve return.
We want to stay focused on table 1, Sean, but it's hard not to be mesmerized by the dual action that's going on.
And Lorenz
back within 2 here over on table 2. Jiwei Shah, after he took game 1 against Damian Provost, he was down 8-1 in game 2, and he's tied it 8-all.
We're going to hear him.
Yes, you will.
Nothing is more frustrating after coming back 6 or 7 points in a row. And now Ma with a couple of game points here to go up 2-0.
Jinbao Ma, 11-7 again. And the Blasters in front 2-zip here in this opening match here in Rock Hill.
And again, this is going to be a big challenge for Lorenz. He's got to forget these first 2 games and just treat this third game individually. It's not a matter of trying to lose 2-1. He has to get the 1 in order to keep his team from being swept in that very first match, which you don't want to have happen in your initial match.
Well, it's just a cool dynamic. I mean, after 6 MLTT weekends over the course of the past few months, 3 in the East Division, 3 for the West, we're familiar with the matchups in each of the divisions respectively, but to get players going against each other for the first time, different matchups, different wrinkles, just seeing the players all under the same roof across the whole league. It's cool.
The styles really make the difference, and it's always tough to determine when you just see the same players playing against the same opponents, how they'll fare against a completely different pool of players. And right now, Roman Lorenz needs to get on the board. Needs to get that first attack going. Needs to keep the Ma's serve much lower.
On table 2, they are headed to a rubber game. Provost, after blowing the 8-1 lead, does close out game 2, 11-9 over Jiwei Sha. Now here, Jinbao Ma seeking the sweep.
Oh, that's a great opening there by Lorenz.
Now through the first 3 months of the season, a player that has won the first 2 games has gone on to win game 3 about 60% of the time. Now, West Division players have been more likely to sweep than Eastern Division players.
And I think that's primarily due to a little bit more difference between each level, each set of players on the West Coast, bigger differential, whereas on the East Coast, it's so tight in level of play that sustaining that offense for 3 games or that intensity for 3 games, not easy. But we will know after this weekend which conference is stronger for sure.
Ideally, yes. However, there are some key missing pieces, to be totally clear, that just create more intrigue as we head toward the championship. For instance, Portland Paddlers are pretty clearly missing their top dog.
Exactly, with Cole. Yeah, Cole not being here.
And that's too bad. However, if Portland can sneak into championship weekend in April as one of the top 2 in the West, they're currently number 3 at the start of the day, only 4 points behind the Blasters for the 2 spot. And then we could get, Cole against Enzo or Gorak for the first time on the even grander stage. But you're absolutely right. Bragging rights are very much on the line, at the very least for the next 4 months.
And the power rankings, so all these players are doing everything they can to help position their team to get just 1 extra point each game. And right now, Lorenz is doing a nice job getting his forehand in play.
Currently 50 players are ranked in the league. You have to have a certain number of matches played to be in the rankings. Jinbao Ma, since he only was able to be a part of that weekend in Pleasanton, is officially unranked right now by MLTT standards. Roman Lorenz out of the 50 players, number 24. So firmly entrenched in the middle of the pack. I think he has been an excellent player for Alex Yang, especially when you consider he's a 5th round draft pick.
He's overperformed from the draft perspective for sure.
Jinbao Ma, the 2nd round pick of Coach Maggie Tian. We'll see the 2 first round picks in doubles and then the 4th singles match with Enzo and Tao. been able to play defense for a few shots, but he has struggled to turn his defense into offense, and Mao has not made too many mistakes when he's been in position to put the point away. Wow, the duel of short balls back and forth.
Lorenz the first to go for the big backhand, unable to even connect with the ball. Normally Lorenz will make that 8 times out of 10 when that ball just falls off the side of the table. He does a nice job of just bringing it up. That time just caught the net. And that ball touched Lorenz's shirt. He was the first to acknowledge it, showing great sportsmanship. That's exactly where Ma wants to hit his attacks, right into the body. Such big forehand power by Ma.
Ever since the late stages of the opening game, Jinbao Ma has basically exerted his will on Romain Lorenz.
10-6.
Ji-Wei Sha took game 3 over on the other table, so he takes the first match 2-1 over Damien Provost. Jinbao Ma 1 point away from sweeping Romain Lorenz here on table 1. Chat with Ma after he finishes this match and review the format as well. There's 11-7, 3 straight games for Jinbao Ma as he really performs well and gets the job done to set the tone for the Blasters.
Just great. Again, that reverse pendulum serve, mixing up the side spin. Romain with a control return, and then here comes the power on the forehand into the body. Excellent play.
It's the first 3-0 sweep of Jinbao Ma's MLTT career. And we will chat with the victorious Blaster here momentarily. Good start against the top team in the league.
Players.
Subdued Gold Rush bench, and that's because Jinbao Ma just played great. Jinbao, congratulations. What were you most pleased about with your performance today here to start this weekend?
I think today I played well. So before the match, yesterday I prepared for today's match. I think it's well.
How familiar were you with Romain's style and game overall?
Before I played him one time, and his style is a little bit not too much strong. So I think I just focus on the ball. If I have fun ball, I just add quality to kill the ball.
So was your idea with your attacks always to go into the body instead of far away? Was that the main tactic?
I think is if loop, you need to watch the opponent. Don't just free, just to make sure table. You need to follow the opponent.
What are the big goals for the Bay Area Blasters here this weekend?
Is win every team.
Keeping it simple. All right, great way to get your team off to a great start. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the Golden Game in a bit.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That's Jinbao Ma. 11-7, 11-7, 11-7. keeping it simple and consistent in his sweep over Romain Lawrence. And now into the second singles match we go. French battle with Bastien Dupont for the Gold Rush and Alexis Douan for the Blasters. A reminder, there are 4 singles matches and 1 doubles match, all leading into the Golden Game. So there are 15 total points available heading into the Golden Game. Whoever has a lead going into the Golden Game has the advantage, and teams that are leading going into the Golden Game have won the Golden Game about 72% of the time.
Definitely there's a big edge, especially during that order pickup where both coaches are trying to find mismatches. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Both players play very similar. Big forehands, good control. Could come down to serve return and possibly who can keep the ball going 1 shot longer once the opponent attacks first. During warm-up, Bastien Dupont looked a little bit stronger.
Bastien certainly one of the more emotive players on the Gold Rush. 23 years old. When he came to Daytona Beach for the first MLTT weekend, that was his first time ever in the United States. Douan fired up as he gets on the board, the 26-year-old from Paris.
Just great backhand play by Douan.
We saw Bastien in Daytona Beach, and we saw him again in Chicago. Douan competed in Houston, but he missed the first and third West Division weekends. He's back with the Blasters here, back within 1 point here in this opening game. The Blasters probably recognized that it was imperative to get off to a good start in singles, because Carolina's doubles duo has just been so dominant.
Yeah. Just a style partnership with Enzo Angles. Lefty covering the whole table, a lot of power. Then Hong Lin, great touch, great blocks.
Enzo is 21-6 in doubles overall. Most of those wins have been with Hong Lin.
And she's been outstanding in Golden Game as well.
Douan pumps his fist. He's back even here in the opening game. Second singles.
Oh, great serve return. Really caught Bastien kind of flat-footed on the return. Led to a pop-up. Then Alexis just powered it home. Great forehand attack.
Now, Sean, one of the interesting takeaways from the first 3 months of MLTT is you look at the standings, and the two teams with the best singles records overall are both in third place in their divisions. So that just goes to show you it's not all about winning singles games.
It's
doubles and Golden Game huge as well. And the two teams that have the most singles wins are both 3 and 6 in Golden Games.
You've got to be able to win and sweep those 4 points in the Golden Game.
I mean 6 points. Oh well, yeah.
Sets of 4.
The sets of 4. A sequence of 4 is the word I've been using.
And this can put a ton of pressure on the Gold Rush. If Alexis Douan is able to win this first game and go up 4-0, then just getting on the board would be pressure for Bastien Dupont. And that's a nice backhand over the table on the serve return. Good control, but more importantly, great placement.
Obviously, we're seeing half of the teams in the league playing now. We'll see the other half later today. 3 team matches today, 3 team matches tomorrow, and 6 team matches today, 6 tomorrow, and then 4 more on Sunday. 16 total team matches on the weekend, with each of the 4 teams in each division playing the other 4 teams in the other. You wonder who the teams in the other divisions are rooting for. Like, are the Florida Crocs rooting for Carolina to represent the East?
Yeah,
or are they rooting for Carolina not to get points so they can creep up toward them in the standings?
yeah, I think that the latter is the. As much as the conferences like to battle amongst themselves to see which one's stronger, ultimately you got to get into the playoffs, and the easiest way is to have your opposing conference teams to take some L's.
There's a little dual motivation there.
Duan went to for the same over-the-table backhand flip, just sent it long. DuPont would love to get to game point after this serve.
Oh, Duan thought he had it.
It was on his paddle. He had the full open court. Little early. Got to be careful of that. When you see the shot, let that ball come back into the hitting zone. And this is what we're going to see a little bit of, balls coming into each other's court.
Good start for Daniele Pinto over on the second table against Isaac Vila.
Great topspin serve by Duan.
That's 1 game point saved. Can he save another and set up the first golden point of the weekend? What a point from Bastien Dupont. He throws in a snake to change the tempo, and then he puts it away with a powerful forehand. Dupont takes game 1, 11-9.
And that lob to an edge ball definitely did not hurt Dupont's chances of winning the point, as he got up to the table as quickly as possible. Great forehand topspin to get the gold rush on the board.
So another tight game, 11-9. And the gold rush on the board for the first time in this team match.
Not an easy ball to get back, although it was coming off of a lob. That edge really sent it to the far right. Duan kept it in play, but Dupont had the presence of mind to get up to the table as quickly as possible to counterattack.
Came out with great energy, Sean. There's no doubt about that.
See both the players right now running to their sides,
Game, last serve, low
full of intensity. Duan needs to reduce some of his errors. His backhand has been a little bit sporadic. It's a very good shot when it lands, but he's also missing a number of easy balls. Oh, that was a great block there by Duan. Not easy to use the backhand on the forehand side.
Was there a particular matchup, either a team matchup or singles or doubles matchup, that you were most excited about coming into this weekend for all 8 teams?
Yeah, I'm really following the Chicago wind. They are right now in last place, and this is their opportunity to play new players and get on the board. I know Coach Eric Owens definitely eyeing possibly Portland and also Texas to maybe get some points.
More points available this weekend, too.
A lot more. So
Typical weekend, you play 3 team matches. Here you play 4. It's unrelenting. Both Carolina and Bay Area will be back on the table in prime time tonight. Carolina against Portland, Bay Area against Chicago.
the challenge for Chicago with Hameen, their top player, currently battling an illness, so he's not here. So a lot of teams are missing at least one critical star.
And really Carolina is at full strength, and feels like Alex Yang is in a good position to just keep creating more separation in the East. That doubles duo, Angles and Lin, a huge reason why they are in first place.
And then not only are they outstanding in doubles, but they bring that same winning percentage to the golden game for singles. DuPont continuing to win a lot of points from the back court. And now a nice deep serve right into the middle. So much easier to take chances when you've won that first game and you have it under your belt. DuPont would love to sweep here and even up this match at 3 apiece.
Five all here in game 2.
DuPont just continues to get the job done with his forehand. Third ball attack off of a nice flip, and again, placing it right into that transition point between the backhand and forehand side.
DuPont's an easy guy to root for. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He just bears the intensity and focus every second of every match he plays.
DuPont has to be careful. If he backs up too early, Duan will definitely take his time, keep attacking to the backhand side, look for the unforced error. Nice forehand flip there by Duan.
And Duan's not out of this by any means. Question is, can he get over the hump? Eight all. DuPont caught the net. Oh, goodness. Alexi Duan had the answer, and it was the right one.
DuPont steps around this serve that comes off the side of the table, Somehow Duan keeps his racket in the path of the ball and just redirects it down the line for the winner.
Remember that point at 8-all here in game 2. He was down 8-6, Sean, and now he's got game points at 10-8.
This is what the Blasters want to do. Keep that 3-0 initial lead intact.
That'll do it. 5 straight points for Alexi Duan to take game 2 11-8 and even up this singles match at 1 game apiece.
Now Blasters with 4-1 in this team match. But Duan did a much better job getting his attacks to land and getting them into play.
Meanwhile, over on table 2, Isak Vila has a golden point here to try to avoid getting swept by Daniele Pinto. Daniele won the first 2 games 22-10. They're playing their golden point right now, and Pinto takes it to sweep Vila, so that's a 4-2 lead for Chicago over on table 2. Here on table 1, a 4-1 lead for the Blasters because of shots like that.
I mean, that was just completely amazing. And then Duan getting his attack in. Both players are so forehand oriented. I would say that Duan has a slightly better backhand, make bigger shots with it. But right now it's going to come down to whoever can get their first attack going.
By the way, Daniele Pinto, after going 1-5 in singles in the first MLTT weekend in Daytona Beach, he's now 14-1 in his last 5 matches.
He has just been unbeatable.
It's on a tear. Rising up the power rankings and then some.
I think that 3-0 win against Koyo really spurred him forward to give him a lot of confidence, and he's just been riding that wave since.
And if I'm remembering correctly, that was maybe Koyo's first match, and since then he's been a beast too.
Absolutely. Yeah, talking to Coach Eric Owens, they thought Pinto could lose that match, possibly 2-1 or 3-0, and he came out on top 3-0 just with great energy, great shot selection, made a lot of winners. Kind of stunned Koyo.
Turned his whole season around.
Yeah, I mean, make sure you get him on your fantasy team.
Yeah, I made a mistake leaving Daniele off mine. It was a challenge this time around.
Duan this time in the backcourt.
Sean, what was your strategy? Not giving away all your secrets, but in terms of creating your fantasy team for this weekend when there were so many options, the pricing inflation has come to MLTT.
Yeah, I had to look at the 3 and 4 players because great bang for your buck if you could pick the really strong 3 and 4, but you always have to pay attention to the doubles. So if you have a player that can win a singles and a doubles, that's just bonus material right there.
Of course, you don't know for sure who's going to be playing doubles, but you had a pretty good idea for some teams.
A lot of teams will go with a proven pair like we have with Enzo and Hong Lin. So I almost want to say those are extra points for both players, and then look at how the players are doing in the golden game, because that counts as well. And then I just have some fan favorites as well. Oh, great step around, but playing it down the line by DuPont.
What's the most important factor as these guys switch sides here? Who's going to win this match? What's going to decide it?
I think it's whoever gets the first attack in, because they're both finding their rhythm. They're moving the ball around really well. DuPont making a number of nice down-the-line shots. But the backhand, Duan, very strong over the table. Big point right here. That first spin, it's so difficult to bring it down. Heavy, heavy topspin on the forehand. Oh, big mistake there.
5, 6.
Two shots in a row. First the missed serve, and then the complete error on the backhand. DuPont with the serve now. He would like to extend this up to 9-5 if possible. That's just solid forehand play by DuPont. Got the first attack in. Very strong forehands.
This would be a really nice win for Bastien DuPont if he can finish this off. The reason I say that is Alexis Duan entered this weekend 5-1 in his MLTT singles career. And it was just 2 team matches in the Houston weekend in October. Did not play in September or November. But
yeah, one of the few French players on the West Coast Western Conference.
Yep.
Oh, had a chance there to make that backhand. But again, DuPont seizing the forehand. A lot of pressure.
you like the decision by Duan to try and snap that back and change the momentum of the point?
Yeah, you have to take some risks. And right now, DuPont's forehand has just been on fire this third game. Forcing the issue. And now with 2 serves, he'd like to finish it right now.
Bastien DuPont able to finish it off and take 2 out of 3 in this French fracas here in second singles, as Carolina back within 2 as we transition to doubles coming up next with the top doubles team in the league.
Warm up.
Enzo Angles and Hong Lin set to take the table next.
Again, Bastien DuPont getting the job done. Great attacks. Relentless super intensity.
Bastien joins us now. Bastien, well done, my friend. That was impressive. It felt like you came to the table with great focus and intensity today. What was your mindset as you took to the table, particularly with your team down 3-0 after the first singles match?
Yeah, with my team down 3-0 was tough to start the game. We know each other because we are French together. I don't feel so comfortable with his game, so I have a lot of pressure, I could say, but I managed to stay calm and managed to win 2-1 and bring 2 points for the team.
What did you say to yourself after game 2 and you lost that one? What was the difference in game 3?
After be up like 1-0, 8-5, I think, I little bit stopped to play. Like I didn't go to win the point. I more weight that he missed and was not the good mindset. And I tried to change after the second set to go to win my point.
It also seemed like his backhand was very strong throughout the match, but you found a way of getting your forehand into play.
Yeah, sure.
And also your backcourt game, you did very well, while his backcourt game really didn't help him so much.
Yeah, I know he's really good with backhand and not so good with this forehand, short forehand. So I try to keep him a lot of time short forehand to be able to me attack first.
What have you enjoyed watching with Enzo and Hong Lin playing doubles together this year?
Yeah, they are really strong, and I hope they will catch this game for us. It will be nice.
All right. Well, Bastien, we'll let you catch your breath. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the Golden Game. 11-9, 8-11, and 11-6 for DuPont, the final. And here we go. Angles and Lin, the top doubles duo in the entire league at this point, taking on Taowen Zhang and Angie Tan. Now we have the Tan sisters playing simultaneously on the two tables next to each other. Angie back in the lineup. She's the elder sister at 19 years old. Her younger sister Emily just won game one playing with Damian Provost on the adjacent table. That's a nice shot from Tao Wen Zhang to get this started. I mean, Tao's played with every single partner in the league at this point, it feels like. Mixing and matching, trying different combinations. His doubles partner from a couple Sundays ago is running stats, sitting alongside the commish Flint Lane over there. There's a nice response from Carolina. I mean, as you think about what makes Anglaise and Lin as good as they've been, and what tactics Tao and Angie can employ to try and make this a competitive doubles match.
Yeah, really with Tao, he has so much power on both the forehand and backhand side. Their job is really to get him to play a strong shot close to the table, while at the same time with Anglaise and Hong Lin, they're going to try to hold the table, push their opponents back, mix it up, and then just play their game, because they have such a complementary set of styles, with Hong Lin smashing with her pips out and Anglaise heavy topspin as a lefty in both directions. So very tough to find a weakness no matter which order is being set up in the doubles. Angie Tan is going to have to be careful not to go for too many offensive shots and literally take the ball out of her partner's hand. Tao Wen Zhang needs to play at least 1 or 2 shots every point in order to go for a winner. Right now, Angie spraying the balls a little bit, and this is what we've seen with Anglaise and Lin. They just get a lead and they hold on to it so tightly. Even on that mistake, Anglaise was in the driver's seat. Hong Lin, great backhand opening. Even with the pen holder grip, she's able to make a lot of topspin on that reverse pen hold backhand side. That time she tries to crack one down the line, goes long.
Hong Lin is not only the top-rated female player in the league, it's not close, but she's number 3 overall in the power rankings right now, behind Enzo and Portland's Collet.
And it's due to her effectiveness. She's just getting the job done in the golden game, mixed doubles. Great position by Lin. Angie Tan with a nice backhand, but Lin just covered the angle, went right back into the wide backhand corner of Tao Wen Zhang. Look at that. Quick forehand off the bounce by Hong Lin.
It has been tough for Tao Wen Zhang to find consistency in his doubles, just because he's played with so many different partners over the course of the season thus far.
The doubles is, the goal is to try to play as one unit out there, not just 2 players playing offense, but setting your teammate up, especially on the serve and serve return. You'll see the players giving hand signals on every serve, letting their teammate know what type of spin, what type of depth might come on the ball. Right now, the Gold Rush looking very strong to take game 1.
And missed, so it's an 11-5 win in game 1. Less than a quarter of all games in singles and doubles have been decided by more than 5 points, so this is not all that common that you see a team win 11-5, but it's not all that uncommon for Anglaise and Lin to do that either.
You know, I think, Evan, what you said about Tao Wen Zhang having so many different partners, it's really tough to gauge what your teammate's looking for when you have a different player standing next to you every single match. So
Alex Yang certainly seemed relaxed when he showed up today. And coaching the top team in the league so far. Frankly, it's not even close. An 18-point lead in the East, 15 more points than the first place team, Seattle, from the West. That's a significant advantage. And I think Alex Yang, I think he has a realistic mindset where he knows he doesn't need to win every match big. If they're just respectable, compete well, their top players do their jobs, they're going to be a tough team to catch.
He did a great job in the draft. Just really all the top players here this weekend when so many teams have members missing. And look at that combination there. Just a beautiful third ball attack, 1-2 punch. Oh, and that time Angie Tan, great backhand attack. The Blasters earned that one. They had to go through two very strong sets of attacks. And there's an aggressive serve there by Tao Wen-jong. In doubles, the serve receiver has the advantage because you know the ball's coming cross court. You don't have to move to play it. That time Tao's serve went longer than Lin expected. And that's why Tao Wen-jong is playing doubles for the Blasters. His ability to score points directly, especially on any loose point.
Certainly one of the more powerful forehand attacks in the league.
We've seen his backhand as well. But on the other side of the table, it's a nice combination there with Enzo and Hong Lin.
Curious, Sean, if you agree with Matt Hetherington's claim from the Chicago weekend that Jishan Liang had the best forehand attack in the league.
When we saw him play in Myrtle Beach, some of the shots that he landed, I don't know where his power came from, but he was doing 360s on the follow through, and just especially in the doubles against Gorak and Matilda Ekholm. I've never seen so much power, but yeah, he tends to go for it. I mean, there's no halfway and there's the power of Enzo Angles. Great step around.
I want to push you on this. Do you agree with Matt, or is someone else's forehand superior in your mind?
I mean, if I had to pick one player to just steal their forehand, I'm going Collet. It's just such a rocket. And Jishan often, when he goes for it, he's down on the ground almost because he's putting everything into it, where Collet has that power and he's ready for the next ball. But each player on each of these teams, if you give them a weak ball, they can blast it. This in baseball, it'd be like a 400-foot home run. It's just they often don't get it. Collet gets that opportunity more than anyone else. And Jishan also often has to take it with high risk. So it is a great highlight maker, but Collet's, I think, is a little bit more dependable. You can just see the amount of pressure that Tao Wen-jong has to undertake to get his forehand in right now. Enzo Angles just moving the ball around, letting his partner do a lot of the work. That's some beautiful placement there by Angles. Just inside out, finding the open court. Tao Wen-jong unable to even put his paddle into a backswing. Look at that. That's perfect doubles there. One partner spinning, the other partner smashing.
And it's the versatility of Anglaise and Lin. I mean, either can set up the
That's the key, Evan. They both set each other up. So anytime they're playing the ball, they're not forced to just keep it on the table. Look at that. Just excellent partnership out there.
11-5 and then 11-4. And I'm not sure the Bay Area Blasters doubles team is going to be the one to dethrone the Carolina Gold Rush doubles duo. These two players
A little
together.
soccer action going on there by Taewon Jung, but
I mean, together, Hong Lin and Enzo Anglaise are now 21-5. Anglaise also went 2-1 playing a doubles match with Bastien Dupont early in the season, but 21-5 between the two of them is not even close.
and what makes it even more special is that, of course, each team has to play a female in one of the matches, whether it's singles or doubles. So they do outstanding in the doubles match, and then Hong Lin comes in on in the golden game and is holding her own, and actually
She's won 64% of her points
I mean,
in the golden game. She's one of the best numbers in the entire league.
So obviously the coaches are trying to create the matchups, and when certain styles are there, Coach Yang is making sure that Hong Lin gets an opportunity, whether it's to play against the other female players or she's done well against the male players as well.
So this in a nutshell, you're seeing how the Carolina Gold Rush have won most of their matches. Even when they stumble in singles like we've seen so far today, with Lawrence getting swept 3-0. This Dupont did bounce back to take 2 out of 3, but Anglaise and Lin seemingly in command of this doubles match.
Big point. Gold Rush did not want to go down 0-3 here in game 3. That ball caught the edge.
3-1.
Angie Tan continues to just force that backhand loop into play every opportunity. Angie's backhand opening much stronger than her forehand opening.
Oh, Enzo Anglaise does it again.
Just great court presence. Again, when your partner's up at the table taking it quickly off the bounce, Anglaise can take his time. He knows he doesn't have to get ready for the next shot, so he can go for a little bit more. A great placement. 2 strong backhands by the Gold Rush. Completely turned this third game around.
4-all now here in game 3 after that miss from Lin. I'll switch sides after this point.
That's so solid. Anglaise can go in either direction when he steps around the backhand.
Get your full analysis later on, and I'm looking forward to the third singles match between Kai Jong and Adigawani. But when we see Enzo and Tao match up in singles, what are your thoughts about how those two players will square off stylistically?
I just think that Enzo's been playing with such confidence. Been a little surprised the challenges that Taewon Jung has had in his overall record so far in the league. I think the Blasters had much higher hopes. Oh, look at that shot by Anglaise, just off the bounce, down the line.
You said he's got some confidence, did you?
He's just, again, well, when your partner can do what Hong Lin can do, you can take bigger chances, go for bigger shots. That time, Angie Tan was able to block the ball back perfectly down the line. But this is a good combination for the Gold Rush right here. Both teams doing a nice job of keeping the attack going.
And yet, the movement from Angles and Lin, there's just a gracefulness to it, where it feels like they're always in control, they're always moving as one. And you know, Tao Wen-Zhang and Angie Tan are kind of scrambling back there.
Yeah, much scrappier. And with that righty-lefty combination, it's easier for the Gold Rush just to be playing forehands all the time. Almost staying on the side of the table, and wherever the ball goes, here comes a forehand. Where with the Blasters, with Tao Wen-Zhang and Angie Tan, they're going to have to move around a lot more to keep their forehands going. Deep serve, but a rock-solid block by Enzo Angles. Just no difficulty keeping that ball nice and low down the line.
Angles and Lin closing in on another double sweep.
And look at that forehand power by Angles. Angie Tan's going to have to take a risk on that serve. Great footwork, Hong Lin.
Each of the three games has been close for a little bit, and then the Gold Rush have pounced, saving one sweep point. A long uphill climb still ahead. One more serve for Tan. That'll do it.
11-7.
11-5, 11-4, and 11-7. Angles and Lin keep on rolling. The dynamic duo for the Gold Rush takes 3 points here over the Blasters.
I have a feeling
Next
that
players.
Enzo is going to ask his partner. We'll see.
And we're going to chat with Enzo here. The #1 player in the MLTT Power Rankings entering this weekend. Enzo Angles joins us now. Enzo, it feels like you and Hong just picked up where you left off in Chicago a month ago. What has been the biggest key to your and Hong's doubles success this season?
Confidence between each other at the beginning, because she has quite low confidence, and so I had to be always behind to cheer for her. And now I need to cheer, let's say, less and less, even if we do a lot for each other. But now our game is getting better, building better and better. So yeah, let's see how it goes. It's first game, they're very important. And yeah, mainly the most important is to fight and to try always to give the best and to not let any points. So even if we lose, but have the mindset to not let any point, at least not giving up on any point is very important.
No, I definitely think that what you talk about, the confidence, more for her, she probably didn't want to disappoint the team, disappoint you. Now it seems like your styles mesh so well, where she's hitting the ball and you're spinning the ball. The movement, the placement, it seems like everything is working.
Yeah, it's getting more and more fluid, and she feels better and better, I think. And so, yeah, I mean, double is like that. It's more you practice together, more you play together, better you are. So there we are, and hopefully we can make it again and again.
Enzo, what are your thoughts about facing Tao in singles coming up here in a little bit?
Let's fight.
We look forward to seeing it. We'll let you go. Thanks.
Yeah, see.
Keeping it close to the vest before the match. Appreciate Enzo's time. Before we see him in Tao in singles, it's Kai Zhang and Adi Gadwani.
Ready?
Both representing USA in singles. And let's see, Gadwani played in one singles match and finished with a winning record. Took 2 out of 3 games on the West Coast a couple weeks ago in Pleasanton. Kai Zhang so far this season 10-8 in singles. And he'll serve first.
And one thing we can be sure of when we see Kai Zhang play, he's going to bring the power. Both his forehand and backhand have one speed, and that's finish the ball. He's not going to play control. Might not even play placement. Might just say, I'm going to go right into your strength, but here comes my strong shots. Adi's going to have to keep his mistakes to a minimum and stay up at the table. If he backs off, he'll give Kai Jung just too much time to unload, especially with his forehand.
Oh, great short return from Kai Jung.
Excellent, moving the ball around. Audie had a wonderful win over Tyrese Knight out in Pleasanton. Super 3-game match. Well, they're all 3 games, right? So, but Audie came through after getting a little revenge from Tyrese from their initial match in Santa Cruz. And there's the power of Kai Jung.
And we've seen that from the very beginning of his
Boom.
time in Major League Table Tennis.
Right, you blink, scores 5-1. Just no hesitation. I joked with Kai, asking him where that backhand came from in Daytona Beach, and he made it sound like he always had it. First time I've seen it.
He was offended by
Yeah,
your
he was like, what
implication.
are you talking about that I don't have a backhand rip? And I'm like, well, I haven't seen it in about 4 years, so it's a good time to bring it out for Major League Table Tennis. And that's a smart play by Gadwani. Nice tight serve, and then just get that first attack in.
Well done.
Over the table forehand loop by Gadwani. Drop shot, took his time, super angle. Side topspin serve. Got to cover that ball a lot more.
Nice hit from Gadwani. Snaps a 3-0 run.
That is just insane. Gadwani made a nice forehand loop,
Sure did.
and Kai Jung just swatted it back. That's the backhand that I've often seen, where just a little bit of a rush, kind of pulling across the body. That's where Gadwani would like to play a lot of balls. Don't allow Kai Jung to decide the match on his forehand. Force him to play with the weaker side. Again, Kai Jung with the deep, long backhand.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed with how Gadwani has fought back after falling behind 5-1 here.
Excellent play. Playing within himself, not trying to go for bombs like he sees coming from the other side of the net. Like he overplayed, overstepped that ball.
Gadwani's had an interesting season. He's played some singles and some doubles all 3 weekends for the Blasters. And they're trying to find the right role for him within the group of personnel that they have. And that personnel has been ever-changing. We've seen Lily Zhang play great singles, but she's not here this weekend.
Right, she's playing in the ITTF. Nice forehand by Gadwani to even it up at 8-all. Lily Zhang is playing in the Mixed World Team Cup.
Blasters not only missing Lily this weekend, but also missing El Sayed Lasheen.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to come back. It was such a treat to watch him in Santa Cruz.
And Houston.
And Houston, just, it's always nice to see the veteran players get the job done.
Are you calling Lasheen old?
I was going to say old, but went for the veteran.
Experienced, savvy,
Full of wisdom.
43-year-old legend.
What a great point by both players.
Great rally.
Combinations, forehand and backhand counter loops. Kai's going to get the upper hand in these if they go toe-to-toe. Just too much spin, Too much dive on his ball.
Godwani a chance on his serve here.
And
Missed it.
overplaying on the short ball that popped up a little bit. And now look for Kai Jung to seize any opportunity if this serve goes long. Ooh, that looked like it was going to go long. And that's just so much power by Kai Jung. Again, tight serve return, gets the drop, and then here comes the forehand.
Jung takes game one, 11-9 over Adi Godwani to increase the Gold Rush lead to 6-4.
And usually when there's a difference in playing level, the lower player really needs to get that first game. Kai Jung winning 11-9 is only going to give him confidence here in game two to go for even more offensive shots. You know, Evan, I love the fact that as we're watching the players go back for their coaching, that almost every player on the team offers a little bit of advice, something that they saw personally that can hopefully make a difference for their teammate.
Do you worry as a coach yourself about too many cooks in the kitchen, too many different thoughts circling in a player's head?
Absolutely. You'd like to keep it to 2 or 3, and then maybe one could even be emotional, just like, hey, you're doing well, just calm down, don't need to overplay.
Very short serve from Godwani.
Yeah,
Ends up working out all right.
A little vertical on it as well, so. And there, look at that backhand over the table. I already picture the question I'm going to be asking if Kai comes out on top on this one.
He's been all business so far.
Went for a little forehand chop block there. Godwani needs to get his forehand into play, stay up to the table, and take some risks. Good placement, deep into the backhand. Godwani, good choice in serve, mixing it up.
Yeah. He's flustered Kai a little bit with a changeup.
Doing really well here in game two. He had that ball. He should have made that one.
Similar shot at 9-all in game one where he kind of had the opportunity and overcooked it.
Yep, just lifted the elbow up. Needs to keep that elbow down, create the spin with his wrist and paddle, don't lift it up. You can see Kai going back to the forehand top spin hook serve. Just comes across it, adds a little bit of extra top spin, hoping to make the opponent not keep it short. So he's got something to swing at, and whoa.
Does he still not have a backhand, Sean?
He's not afraid to take it. Let's put that to rest. Yeah, I told you it's firepower, one side or the other.
And Jung has scored 4 in a row to retake the lead.
Timeout, Blasters.
Timeout taken by Maggie Tien. And the Bay Area Blasters, as Godwani is in danger of falling behind 2-0. He's been competitive, but in terms of matching up with Jung's firepower, that's a tough task.
Yeah, well, he's trying to stay away from the forehand. So in order to do that, what do? You play it to the backhand side. And what does Kai Jung do?
Pick your poison.
He just rockets one past you on the backhand.
The body language is way more indicative of this is a slow motion angle. And you see the ball. That doesn't look like the ball's moving that fast, but his facial expression says it all. Love seeing Bastien Dupont's energy for his teammate behind the play.
But it's a good location. It's a good choice of where Godwani's going. I think he's subscribing to something that I would say is that you'd rather see Kai Jung's backhand than his forehand, but when it's landing, what can you do?
Zero, 1, 4, 5. Blasters to serve.
All right, out of the timeout. Gatwani trailing by 1.
And Kai Jung jumped on that serve return. Very aggressive forehand flip. Follows it up with a great forehand loop off the bounce. And there's that side spin, top spin serve. Gatwani continues to have difficulty reading it and wanting to lift it up. Got to cover it and go over the top of the ball. That's smarter.
5, 7.
Good placement there by Gatwani on the over-the-table loop. You don't have to blast it if you place it to a good location.
Even if you play for the Blasters?
Correct. But Kai's just
relentless.
Yeah. Say pulling shots out of everywhere. Just right off the bounce. Again, body blow after body blow.
Interesting quirk of what's transpired so far today is that across the 2 tables, there's only been 1 golden point in 20 total games.
Yeah, I've noticed that it's very interesting, but look at Kai Jung's forehand.
Usually average golden point about 1 in every 6 games. That's been the story. It's even more than that in Pleasanton. You guys had golden games
Oh,
like
it was
every other.
yeah, it was like, when wasn't it a golden game? And we had 2 back-to-back golden points in the golden game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was absolutely nuts. And now Kai Jung with the serve. But Adi Gatwani is making a final surge back here in game 2. Will he handle that side spin, top spin serve that Kai's been going to? That time
handled it well.
Yeah, well, that was a chop serve that went off the end, and Gatwani just took his time, spun it up. Good location.
Timeout, Carolina.
Coach Yang knows the importance of not allowing a golden point to transpire.
Only golden point across the 2 team matches today was Daniele Pinto and Isak Vila in the Chicago-Portland match that's going on next door. You can watch that match on Adam Bobro's YouTube channel. It's great to see the passion for table tennis. Fans all around the world tuning in. The first ever professional table tennis league in America, and this is the first interdivisional weekend with all 8 teams that have already competed 6 different weekends through September, October, and November. East Division will reconvene in Florida the first weekend of 2024. And then we'll be in Sean O'Neill's hometown of Portland, Oregon at the end of January.
At the Expo Center.
Looking forward to that trip to the Pacific Northwest. It's going to be warm at the end of January in Portland.
It might be rainy.
Might be snowy. We'll see. And so Tao coming up. Game point, Kai Jung. That'll do it. Too good.
11.
Too good from Kai Jung. And he's up 2-0, courtesy of a pair of 11-9 wins.
And just look at the pace of the ball off of Kai Jung's forehand after it hits Adi's racket. It just flew straight up. Adi somehow got his racket on it, but it just blasted. And you can see the teammates in the background. Now up 7-4 here in the team match. And Kai Jung looking for a chance to sweep, which would be the second sweep in a row coming off of the doubles.
Are you going into that Enzo Tao match expecting an Anglaise sweep? Or are you thinking more 2-1?
I put down on my cheat sheet expected 2-1.
To Anglaise's favor?
Yeah, I think that Tao and Zhang is just so strong to get the 33 points first. Not easy. There will be some streaks, some change in rhythm.
Good rush serve. Long out.
And Tao and Zhang just so much experience. Prior US Open champion.
0-0 game 3. Zhang serving. There have been opportunities and openings for Adi Gadwani. He has not been that far away, but he has not been good enough.
It just seems like on the forehand, especially the short forehand, he's overplayed the ball or gone for a winner when maybe more of a control shot or a placement ball would have sufficed. And that time again, you've got to say when Kai Jung goes for his forehand, he goes right for the body. Just continuously putting the pressure right in that elbow area. And there's another backhand rip.
Lead for Zhang as they go to the towels.
And I'm sure that Adi is feeling the frustration knowing that any time he does make just a easy mistake or even a soft opening, Kai Jung just jumps on top of it.
5.
Well, it's not like the first 2 games have been blowouts either.
No.
First game was 9-all. Second game was 10-9 before Zhang put it away. Game 1 was 9-all on Gadwani's serve. He had a couple serves that Zhang won the last 2 points on Adi's serve. Take it.
Again, that short forehand is really, Kai has neutralized Adi's serve so effectively with that drop shot over to the forehand side. And then also the serve, little side spin, side top, giving Gadwani a lot of difficulty in bringing it down on the table. Nice placement on the attacks there by Gadwani, keeping it to the backhand side. Not giving Kai Jung a chance to counterattack with his forehand.
Oh, that's great forehand power from Gadwani. A little taste of Zhang's medicine.
And super location on that one. Finding the open backhand court.
7, 5.
That ball just grazed the net.
Kai is closing in.
And that was a great backhand block on the first backhand by Gadwani, but Kai continues. And finally, Gadwani makes that short forehand.
Oh, that's nifty.
What wrist action there by Kai Jung. Just twisting it over, finding the open court.
Match point. Kai wants to finish it here and not let it go back to Adi's serve.
Oh,
Ronnie, though, able to stay alive.
second very strong play on that short forehand area.
Both teams have used the timeout this game. There's no more timeouts in this match.
Nice deep serve there by Gadwani. Mixing it up.
Well, hey now. From 10-6 down, Gadwani's back within one.
And the serve.
Too much,
11,
too
9,
often,
game, goal
too
Russia.
tough. Kai Jung, 11-9, 3 straight games by the same score to sweep the match over Adi Gadwani.
And creating a little bit of separation
Next
here
player.
with the Gold Rush and the Blasters. Now up 8-4.
Yeah, that clinches the lead going into the Golden game, and they haven't even seen the #1 player in the league take the table for singles yet. It's coming up here. Tao Wen-Zhang will need to take 2 out of 3 to avoid the 5-point deficit at the start of the Golden game, which is the widest deficit you could be. Kai Jung joins us now. Kai, thanks for being with us. Congrats, man. That was a intense 3-set match, but you win all 3 games 11-9. What's going through your mind in game 3 when he's battling back from 10-6 to 10-9?
Yeah, so definitely like we play so many times before, and so we we sort of like used to know like each other's shots, like rhythm, serves,
Minutes warm-up.
and I think he played really well. And so at the end, I would just try to forgot like the shots I missed and try to win for the team.
It seemed in that match that when you were dropping the ball short to his forehand, it was really working well in the first 2.5 games. Then at the end of game 3, he made a couple of those. Were you worried at that point, or was that still something you felt confident with?
I think I feel pretty confident. It just like I feel like after I drop short, he always gave me like my backhand, and I really feel comfortable with that shot. But like today, the backhand is just off, not like the forehand. So, but I'm happy that I, pull out the match at the end.
How are you feeling about your level right now, Kai?
Definitely compared to when I first came to the U.S., I think physically dropping down a little bit, but I feel mentally and understanding of the match is, I think the level is higher. So hopefully that can help me in the match.
All right, great stuff. Congrats on the 3-0 sweep. We'll see you in the Golden game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kai.
I would say, Evan, also with Kai Jung, he's having more fun. He's enjoying himself, and that way it's that much easier at the 10-9 situations where there's not as much pressure. This is going to be awesome. This will be a super match. Top player in the league right now, and a former U.S. Open singles champion with Tao Wen-Zhang.
Yeah, this is one that we've been looking forward to. Different styles for these two guys. Obviously, different grips, different primary hands. I mean, how do they match up with each other in your mind?
It's really speed against power. With Anglaise, he is so quick around the table, especially when he steps around his backhand side. You're not really going to see Tao Wen-Zhang step around his backhand unless the ball's very weak. He will play his backhand, which is a lethal bomb. Very strong. Reverse pen hold backhand, lots of power. Look at the serve and serve return to see who's able to set up their first attack more effectively.
Wen-Zhang serves first to get us started.
And Anglaise just jumps on it. If this is what we have in store, no hesitation, attacking the serve directly.
Next door, Dan Liu just won a golden point over Jonathan McDonald to avoid getting swept, and by doing so, he clinched the lead heading into the golden game for Chicago in the Chicago-Portland match. Both matches 8-4 as we head to the final singles showcase.
And East leading both of those.
Yep. Oh.
And we've had a series of net balls here.
We have seen a net ball or two get under Enzo's skin at times this season. Nothing you can do about it. Said they even out over time.
And there's the power of Tao Wen-jong. Effective serve, Enzo gets the first loop, and then Tao just powers it. Again, Enzo so quick to step around his backhand corner. Tao delivered a very quick serve down the line. Enzo quickly stepped around, played it wide out to the forehand, just knocking Tao Wen-jong out of his backhand serve position.
There are just so many instances this season where Enzo may lose 2, 3, 4 points in a row. He may be down at a game, and then I don't want to say he flips a switch, but he's able to just turn momentum. He doesn't need a timeout. He doesn't need to regroup. He just has a mental strength.
And I think a lot of it has to do with his footwork is so fast. He gets to choose his shots a lot more. So when you think he's out of a point, he gets back into it so quickly. And he doesn't have to go for the ripping shots like we saw with Kai Jung. He can place the ball, move it around. We saw it in the mixed doubles match.
Five all through 10 points here in this much anticipated showdown.
And again, just so fluid. Plays the backhand and steps around, and you really don't know where he's going. When Enzo steps around his backhand, can either go down the line like he did there, or he can take it inside out the forehand, which is always a opportunity for a lefty to play out to a right-handed player's wide forehand and get the angle.
Reminder that the action here in Rock Hill's just getting started. 4 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see the second place team in the East against the West Division leaders, Florida and Seattle. That'll be on table 1. Princeton and Texas in the Adam cast over on table 2. An Adam cast better than the Bobro broadcast. I think that's Bobro broadcast, a little bit of a mouthful.
And look at that.
Too good.
Over the table backhand attack by Enzo Anglais. This is the separation that I thought could happen. Didn't know if it would, but Anglais just wins so many quick points.
Highest ball toss in the league here, Sean?
I would say so, yep. Reason again for a high toss serve. Added velocity when the ball's coming down, can increase the amount of spin, but also to have your opponent take their eyes off your racket. Tougher to read the spin. And those are some powerful shots by Tao Wen-jong, but now
very exciting, back and forth. Both players catching a net ball, staying alive. And then Anglais with an unexpected miss at the end of the point. Didn't quite end with the exclamation point that you expected on a point like that, but it was still a nifty little interchange there between these two standouts.
Look at the placement on that one. How Enzo Anglais was able to get his forehand in but then to place it on the far white line. Just great out to the forehand.
Game point. Yep. 11-7 for Enzo Angles to set the tone in game one over Tao Wen-Zhang.
And just a series of off-the-bounce quick attacks. Angles knew when he was going for the shot, it could come back, and he was ready to keep the attack going off the bounce.
So Carolina continues to roll. They're now up 9-4. And this is after they were down 3-0. Jim Pao Ma used the term set the tone. But, you know, in baseball, you say momentum is next day's starting pitcher. In table tennis, it's the level and mojo of the next player on the table.
Yeah, it's just been a gold rush for Carolina. Just every game out there. Again, Kai Jung 11-9, 11-9, 11-9, but got the job done.
Game two, Angles will serve. Golden game just around the corner. Sean, we have seen over the course of 6 weekends, over the course of 36 total team matches, there's a different energy surrounding the Golden Game. What will the dynamic be when there are 2 Golden Games transpiring side by side here in Rock Hill?
If both of them go past a 15-all, to where it's coming down to that final set of 4 points, have to be careful with the opposing team celebrating, that doesn't distract you. While at the same time, there are things you can do, because we often play tournaments with a lot of tables going, that you can take advantage when there's a lot more noise going on.
A couple things. Catching the edge, tough break for Tao, 2-all. Wen-Zhang showing some signs of frustration. We can understand it. Now obviously, the Blasters need to celebrate safely if they are able to prevail. That's number one. Obviously referencing Monzo's broken finger from the Pleasanton weekend. It was a Golden Game victory celebration after an ultimate golden point when Tao Wen-Zhang defeated Jiwei Sha at 20-all against Portland.
I mean, I don't think that's the first sport that's happened.
No, it's not.
I think it's
and it's by no means the dumbest sports injury.
But it's up there. I mean, if that isn't a self-inflicted wound, I'm not sure what is.
Yeah, there was a quarterback that head-butted the wall after scoring a touchdown and like gave himself a concussion or did something to his neck. You know, we see that every so often.
Just great play by both players. I was about to congratulate Enzo for such a great over-the-table re-loop, and then what does Tao do? Just gets his racket on the ball and plays it cross-court for the open winner. Yeah, so
the other dynamic, though, right here is that Enzo Angles could clinch the team victory before the Golden Game if he sweeps this match. Because if Carolina goes up 11-4, the 6 points in the Golden Game still matter, obviously.
And ultimately, every team here, if they could just win each match.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every team here would love to take 2 out of 3 out of 4 this weekend.
Yeah, I think that would be a win if you could do 3 out of the 4 for sure.
But the other dynamic is you're competing against the teams in your division. So, you know, Chicago is up 9-4 on the adjacent table, just like Carolina. But Chicago's not going to gain any ground on Carolina at the rate we're going at.
But they love the extra points.
The interesting thing is if, like, Eric Owens, the coach of Chicago, is going to, you know, go over to York Bitzigayo and be like, listen, here's what you got to do against Princeton.
Well, I can promise you that all the coaches are scouting the teams, both in shades. Incognito, I don't think that's going to work.
Always skeptical of anyone that wears the sunglasses inside. As we see the Seattle Spinners coach, Luba Sadovska, doesn't want to let anyone see what her eyes are saying.
And she's watching 4 opponents, right?
This is great. I think if there was a third table that we kind of had to pay attention to at the same time, it would be tough, but 2 tables simultaneously is perfect.
I think if we were going to go 3, you got to go 4 and make it a full quad.
This is interesting here. Tao and Zhang started to signal a timeout. Maggie Tian kind of waved him off. Tao, and they are going to take the timeout. A hesitation from the Blasters bench. But Tao's going to get a drink, and he's got a 1-point lead. Here in a very important game, too.
Very important.
I mean, as rough as the last few matches have gone for the Blasters, if Tao could take the second game here, you know, maybe take 2 out of 3 from Enzo, but even if it's just 10-5, he loses 2 out of 3, they could still win the Golden Game and walk out of this building winners.
And really the job in the Golden Game is going to come down to the coaches with those matchups. If you can pick the right matchup, each coach will know what the other team is sending out forth, and then it goes the opposite direction. So you see the order, but you've got to give 2 players out there, one to pair up against who's currently there, and then your next player. So clearly if you go down by 5-0, that's not a good serve at all.
Service error from Anglais.
And you know what? You've got to credit the timeout on those. Just changes the rhythm. It gets the player out of being in sync to miss their own serve directly. Oh, I mean, that's some serious power. One of the balls looked like it might have caught the edge of Tao Wen-jung's racket. Enzo not happy at all.
Enzo nearly caught the edge with his last shot, but just missed. Oh, too good from Tao. Backhand, cross court, kabam. Game points, Wen-jung.
Oh, that was just one tremendous backhand loop from the backcourt by Enzo. Tao kept the pressure on him. Enzo stayed patient and finally got that backhand to land.
Tao Wen-jung has evened up this singles match at 1 game apiece, taking game 2 11-8 over Enzo Anglais.
Just super power. Tao Wen-jung putting the combination of forehands and backhands together.
So the intrigue here, will it be a 3-0 lead or a 5-0 lead going into the Golden Game? We know the Golden Game will matter. And it will matter regardless, but it will matter in terms of determining the winner of this match. The teams with a lead going into the Golden Game are 26-10. Only twice in 36 Golden Games have we seen a team overcome a 5-0 deficit. Half of the wins from teams trailing going into the Golden Game were when they were only down 1-0.
Oh, that's just tremendous table tennis by Enzo Anglais. Gets the first attack going and then able to withstand a counterattack and then just continues to get his forehand in play. Oh, mishit off the thumb of Tao Wen-Zhang. And again, Evan, I think this is the difference between their two players right now. When Anglais wins the easy points, Tao Wen-Zhang has to work so hard every time that he takes a point.
Anglais leads 3-0 here in game 3.
He's looking very confident. Chance to sweep the first 4 points. Ooh. That ball just goes long. Tao on the board.
Entering this weekend, there were only 5 players in the whole league. 5 players in the league with double-digit wins, singles games, and doubles games. These are 2 of the 5. You don't have to think too hard probably to name the others. Collet, Dan Gorak, Dave Macbeth.
And again, Macbeth played big against Jin Bao Ma, winning a sweep 3-0 out in Pleasanton. Macbeth continues to complain about not getting the interview because he wins right before the Golden Game. So,
well, I understand there's a desire not only to win your match, but to get to talk to Sean O'Neill.
oh yeah, that's I think one of their key
the financial
motivations.
considerations aside, the opportunity to chop it up with a Hall of Famer.
That's such a strong backhand opening by Enzo. Tao Wen-Zhang went for the quick, deep push. Enzo just picked it up off the bounce. No difficulty. Enzo's short game is very strong, but more importantly, his opening attacks. Oh, went for the winner on that one. That would have sealed the game had it landed. Again, stepping around the backhand corner, Enzo Anglais, so many options. He can take it down the line, he can play it inside out, or he can play it into that elbow transitional area. Oh, and that time he went for the super hook. Try to take it down the line.
As we finish up the final game of this 4th singles match here on table 1, you can see the shiny bald head of Flint Lane, the commish, orchestrating Golden Game order Chicago has already clinched that match with an 11-4 lead over Portland. Knew that the paddlers would miss Cole. Also no Rachel Sung, who's been a
And what Chicago's attempting to do is maximize their points right now.
Yep.
Maybe possibly do a 17-4.
Favored to do that, no question about it. See if they can get it done. And meanwhile, Anglaise is about to create a 5-point lead for
the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush heading into the Golden Game.
That was a great block by Enzo, but Tao just said, wait a second. Got a little bit more firepower to deliver. Oh, that is too good by Enzo.
Tao and Zhang with one more cathartic forehand. Can he dig himself out of this deficit?
Did you get it?
Enzo Anglaise able to take 2 out of 3, just as Sean predicted. And it's a 10-5 lead for Carolina as we head toward the Golden Game here on Table 1.
Enzo just stepped up the game. Tao's going to have to try to get some revenge in the Golden Game. But right now, Enzo looking very sharp.
Coaches.
So Jinbao Ma gets the Blasters out to a 3-0 lead. And it's 4-2 after the Duan-DuPont match. But then Carolina goes 8-1 the rest of the way with doubles, Kai Zhang sweeping, and Enzo taking 2 out of 3 in singles. Remember that the Golden Game is the grand finale to every match, a single game to 21.
Okay, Carolina
Let's figure
is
out
up
the order with
10
the
to 5. You'll be starting with a 5-point lead. There'll be 3 points played before the next set of servers. Who is your first player, Coach? Jinbao Ma is your first. Coach? Kai Zhang is your first, and who is your second? Enzo is your 2. Coach? Hao Zhang is your 2. Who's your 3? Angie is your 3. Hong Lin, who's your 4th? Romain Lawrence is your 4th. Alexi. Making Adi Godwana your 5. Bastion. Good luck, coaches. Remember, 5-point lead.
So we only see the women going head-to-head again, and they play doubles against each other. See Enzo and Tao will play again. The other 3 matchups are all new.
Yeah, this is going to be
going against Kai Zhang to start.
Interesting here for the Gold Rush, putting out Kai Zhang, who we know is going to go for shots against Jinbao Ma.
So it's a 5-0 lead for Carolina because of the 5-point lead. That's the maximum lead you can have as a head start going into the Golden Game. And as good as Jinbao Ma was, that was a couple hours ago now.
It's been a while.
Beat Romain Lawrence 11-7, 11-7, 11-7. Carolina's first MLTT sweep. These guys will play 3 points, and we'll see if they can try and dig out of this deficit. We've seen 2 teams overcome 5-0 deficits to win Golden Games. Saw Portland do it against Seattle back in September. We saw Carolina do it against Princeton in Myrtle Beach in October. Ma serves first for the Blasters.
5-1.
The way to dig out of a 5-0 deficit, 1 point at a time.
Exactly. Kai would like to get a streak going. And the problem is that Jinbao Ma can take those big shots and return them just as quickly. Oh, that's a great third ball attack by Kai Jung. Didn't get swept, was able to take the 1 point out of 3, but look at this power down the line with the forehand.
Wenjiang serving to Angles. Tao takes the opening point.
Tao taking both points on his serve. So effective. Great placement right into the body.
Tantalizing stuff from Angles there.
Great curve.
Angles able to split the sequence.
And just stayed on the offense after making that first attack. This is where Hong Lin has completely dominated. Golden Game.
She's 29 and 16 in Golden Game points. But the first one belongs to Tan.
Tan getting her backhand going. That is her strength. And she takes the first 2 on her serve. And Hong Lin better be careful.
The pressure shifts a little bit here. Three straight for Angie Tan.
And she gets her backhand to land once again.
Blasters within 1. Lin able to salvage that final point.
Not an easy 4th point there. That ball barely missed by Angie Tan.
Gold Rush stay on top. Now Ramon Lawrence. Sean has had a couple hours to think about losing 3 straight games in singles. That was against Jinbao Ma. Now he'll face Alexis Duan here in the Golden Game. 7 serving 9.
Just really smart. Lorenz gets the backhand flip in, takes the service advantage away. Good placement. Trying to get that lead back to 4 points. And there's Lorenz's forehand. So dependable. Low risk, high reward.
Timeout.
And now here comes the timeout. Smart timeout by the Blasters. Do not want to let this game get out of hand right now.
Over on table 2, Chicago leads 16-6 in their Golden Game. With a pretty good sequence for the Tan sisters. Saw Angie here take 3 out of 4 from Hong Lin. Emily's on the table now playing against Joanna Sung. Joanna, the twin sister of Rachel, who's unavailable this weekend, but stepping right in. So it looks like Chicago's closing in on what'll be a 17-4 win.
That'll be huge.
Carolina here trying to finish off what'll be a 16-5 win. Good serve from Lawrence out of the timeout. And remember when the Blasters were within 1 with a chance to tie?
Exploding that difference up once again.
And since then, 5 straight points for the Gold Rush.
Kadwani needs to take 3 to get back in this game.
7, 14.
An 8-7, 6 in a row for the Gold Rush. We've seen 3 dozen Golden Games now, Sean, and it's still hard to figure out, you know, what makes a great Golden Game player. Great rally there. Gadwani out hits DuPont, but I mean, just the dynamics, the swinging momentum. You and I, I think, are still looking for, and the coaches too are kind of still looking for answers as to how to solve these riddles.
Yeah, you need to figure out a way of getting your strengths into play directly against the opponent's weaknesses, because otherwise it's just bomb city. Both players going for big shots and whoever can land it first. And with this combination right here with Ma and Kai Jung, we should expect whoever's winning the point to take a big swing.
Jinbao Ma has been the story for the Blasters. He has been locked and loaded since this thing began.
Once again, Kai Jung, forehand hook serve, stepping around his backhand and then just ripping the ball down the line. Full swing, full acceleration. And Jinbao Ma, very strong on the backhand side to bring his team within 4. But Enzo Angles on the other side of the table right now.
It's a huge first point for Tao Wen Zhang. If he could take 3 out of 4, it would be a 2-point game to the ladies returning to the table, and Angie Tan took 3 of 4 over Hong Lin last time.
Angie will need to keep that backhand streak alive.
Tao needs to take 3 out of 4 first to give her a chance, and he overcooks that one.
Yeah, Enzo just played such a beautiful drop shot.
With table 1 wrapping up, or table 2 wrapping up, I should say, all the eyeballs on table 1. Angles trying to get Carolina 1 step closer to the finish line. That'll help.
Just a great combination of forehand attacks.
So that's 3 out of 4 for Angles. And now Hong Lin versus Angie Tan. Hong Lin needs just 2 points to close this thing out. Angie to serve first.
Beautiful angle.
Match point here for Carolina.
There's the backhand.
20-14. Gold Rush to serve.
Oh, what a response from Angie Tan.
That was just nuts. Everyone on the Blasters team looked like, what the heck did she just do?
Can Tan stay alive again? No. Hong Lin able to close it out. splitting that 4-point sequence and finishing the win for the Gold Rush 16-5 as the top team in the East continues to reign atop the entire Major League table tennis landscape.
Just really solid performance. Honglin doing so well in the doubles, sweeping, and then finishing it off for the Gold Rush. Angie Tan played great, but Honglin just too experienced.
Alex Yang has popped the headset on. Alex, after the day began with a 3-0 sweep with Jinbao getting the best of Roman, your team has kind of rampaged back. It certainly didn't seem like team morale was shaken at all by that first match. How does it feel to get this convincing win to start this weekend?
Start 3-0, then maybe we respect, so down 3-0, but I really confident for other players because for the double, most likely we can win 3-0. So, and for the golden game, I just changed the format, like Kai Zhang to play Jinbao Ma and a little surprise them.
You know, it seemed like, especially in the Kai Zhang Adi Gadwadi match, that although it was really close, that Kai continues to play with a lot of confidence. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yes, Kai, told me he's more confident, but you know, 2 games he was leading 10-6 or 10-7. I told him you need a little bit, even with 9-9 or 10-10 or deuce, so you need to play your game because all the confidence to win the game.
Alex, it must be a tremendous luxury to just pencil in Enzo and Hong and expect them to get 2 or 3 points, usually 3 in every doubles match. How have you seen their chemistry and confidence grow as a duo over the course of the season?
Yeah, after match and a match, when they pair, it's more, you know, they know each other. Even one sign, they understand it. So I think even one more match, they will play more better.
Now, settle this before we let you go. You get to watch the next round. Will you be rooting for your East Division brethren, the Florida Crocs, or will you be rooting for the West Division team to kind of prevent Florida from creeping toward you in the standings?
Yeah, I think I hope West to win. But I'm sorry for the Florida, but you know.
Coach of the Crocs, Frank Arias, was just walking by, but we won't tell him that. Alex, thanks for your time. Congrats on a great win to start the weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alex Yang drove up from his hometown in Suwanee, Georgia. And now let's chat with Roman Lawrence. Roman, not the way you wanted to start this match, but certainly the way your team wanted to finish it. Take me through your mindset as this weekend gets rolling.
Yeah, that's true. Jinbao was just too strong for me today. I knew it would be a very tough game, as he's probably one of the best players in the league. But that was my job today, trying to at least take a set or 2, but he was just too strong at the beginning. And so then the team has good chance after my game. And yeah, of course, I didn't want to lose 3-0, but it's how it is. And we're very happy with this 16-5 wins, for sure.
Well, this golden game was 8-7. And Hong made it 9-7, and then you took the table against Duan and really seized momentum for your team. How'd you do it?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we start 5-0, but then they came back quite fast, and I knew I didn't win any points earlier in the game, so I had to win my key points in the golden game, and then my teammates continued to win.
Well, it definitely seems like the team that comes out strong with intensity in the golden game, that's where the biggest payoff is. Were you thinking after the singles that, hey, I'm going to get a little bit of revenge, I'm going to help make a difference? Because your doubles team is outstanding, but it's really the golden game that 6 points are on the line.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone was very important today. I lost 3-0, but then I won 4 points in a row in the golden game. Enzo and Hongling did a very great job in doubles. So then we were down 4-2, then we came back 5-4. That was also a key moment, and then Kai started the game against Adi with 5-4 leading. So yeah, it was very, very good for all the team, and we are happy. Just we need to rest and continue tonight.
Yep, Roman, thanks for joining us. We'll let you go and start getting ready for Portland later on today.
Yeah, thank you. See you later.
Yep, see you later. Roman Lawrence and the Carolina Gold Rush take this match 16-5. And look, it's very early here, Sean, as we see the updated standings, but so far in the interdivisional action. East Division 33, West Division 9. It's early.
Very early, and again, seeing the wind jump up. Obviously, there's still Crocs and Revolution are going to have at it with their Western opponents. But yeah, this is so exciting. Just great to see the different styles, the different players. And again, Golden Games, can't beat them.
Really, there's a huge opportunity for the Texas Smash as they try to get back in the mix. They played well in Pleasanton, won some key Golden Games, and we'll see if they can keep it rolling. It's Princeton against Texas on the Adam Cast. A little over an hour from now, and here on Table 1, the Florida Crocs and the Seattle Spinners with Sean and Matt on the call here on Table 1. Sean, quick final thoughts as we see the top team in the East look like the top team in the league again.
They're just so dominant, but I can't wait to see all the other teams face them to see if they can hold on to the top spot.
The next 10 minutes or so will determine the lineups for Florida, Seattle, and Princeton, Texas, and then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back on the air. 2 tables, double the fun. All 8 teams of Major League Table Tennis are here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and it is one incredible, historic table tennis experience. Thanks for being with us to start the day, and we will talk to you later. For Sean O'Neill and our entire crew, I'm Evan Lepler saying so long for now. Carolina, 16-5 over the Bay Area Blasters. The Gold Rush are still heads and shoulders the best, better than all the rest.